Netram Chattayayudham Tijanma Papa Samharam Belo Patram Shiva Arpanam. That today, O Bhagwan Shiva Tidaram, I offer this leaf that has 3 petals on it, 3 leaves. I don't have any left here. Anyway, you would know what is a bay leaf. Tigunakaram, and each one of them is a representation of what? The quality that we have. We have Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. Each one of these leaves is a representation of one of the qualities. And you know which one is Tamogun? The longest one. Because you know why? The Tamogun, the dark quality, the bad quality in us is deep-seated. And so the spike got to go a little more deep. By offering it, and by the destruction of all these evil qualities, O God, Trinetram Chatyajam, open my third eye. That is what I was talking about. Trinetram, open my third eye, so that I can be able to do what a Sivanan says. He said, let the eye of intuition be opened, so that it can be able to burn the seeds of past evil karma. And when we can do that, well then certainly we will understand that we have the concept of the self. We understand that we understand who we are. Like Parshuram. And we can go on and on and on and tell you about the self-concept. And then we have self-image. What is image? Everybody know the image. You call this an image too. You know, all these murtis are all image. You must understand that what you are. All the time we're dealing with you, the individual. You must have high regard for yourself. You must know who you are. And self-image, you must present yourself in such a way. Not only, as I said, self-respect, self-concept, but you must be able to know self-image is that you show what you are. You know, eventually, they got a saying, you know, it goes, just 2 lines I bring. It says, he who thinks he knows and he knows not is a jackass, kick him. That is the language of Shakespeare. Shakespeare says, he who thinks he knows and he knows not is a jackass, kick him. He who knows and do not know that he knows is asleep, waken him. He who knows and knows that he knows is a wise man, follow him. Dear friends, that is self-image. You must understand it as to whether the person is fooling you or not. You must understand how you must present yourself. I am sure you and I, those of us came from Guyana, we are accustomed to walking in the back down. Huh? You're accustomed to wear a little cap and a little short pants with dirt all over your body and you're gone. But if you get invitation to go to a cocktail party, as they call it now, are you going to go with your back down clothes to a cocktail party? Daddy G is saying that you will not get even food to eat here. Man, this is what I mean. Self-image. You show the world who you are. By respecting yourself, understanding yourself, you know who you are presenting yourself in that image. And there again, we can go on telling you so many chopais from the Ramayana as to how one must be able to understand themselves, in fact, to project themselves into the world. Because in so doing, you will either be honored or dishonored. This is how you understand it. The image, my dear friends, so many talk, we can talk on image. Today, the world is becoming to understand that they are all idolaters. It is only the Hindus can tell you that we put the image, the murti in front of us in order to do what? In order that we can able to steady the mind. Manaha chanchalam Krishna. The Gita tells you that the mind is chanchal. It is waving. It is not very easy to steady. And that is why we put the image. The image image is only a piece of stone, but we try to look at the image. The only philosophy that teaches us in this world today, my dear friends, that you can pray whether your eye open or your eye shut. Hindu that tell you to shut your eyes, you know. You know when he tell you to close your eyes? It is when obviously you can be able to shut your eyes and see the image in your heart. If you can't shut your eyes and see the image in your heart, then open your eye and stare down the image. And when you are able to do that, then it will bring you closer. Because, you know why? You are now within your heart remembering the last one, which will say who you are, the self. But just before going off, my dear friends, I told you the world today, you know, they are idolaters. If you look upon the Hindu symbol, when the world was created, I think you all know, what was there when the world was not, people were not living in the world? It was what is called a nad, or a sound. And what was that sound? The sound was Om. And how you got it? Om. This is how the sound was there. And what is the makeup of it? I cannot interpret it all, but it is Om. And you know Om has what is called the Chandra Bindi. You know Chandra means moon and Bindi means spot. Chandra Bindi means the crescent moon that is there on the head of Lord Shiva. Can you remember who got the crescent moon as their emblem in the world today? I would not want to tell you. You think about it. And when you are able to understand that the crescent moon is no other than that of the Hindu scriptures, then you will know your image. You will know where you came from. My dear friends, I can go on and on in this. The great idolaters, even in other religious views. You know, Pandit Krishna was talking here last week, if I remember correctly. He said people will not want to bow, even when they come into the Mandir. But I want to tell you something. I wonder whether if you were able to go to Christian churches, you know, the pastor passed a dozen times across the altar that we got here. A dozen times he put his knee down on the ground. I wonder if you know that. This is what they do, my dear friends. They put their knees down there. This is how they respect. And let me tell you a little story very, very briefly. There is a character in Hindu scriptures. In fact, there were in the 19th century, coming on 19th, 20th century. Sorry, 18th, 19th century. And the character was no other than Ram Krishna Paramhansa. And I love to make mention of him because he is the image. You know, he was born the son of a Brahmin. He was disciplined, he was cultured, and he knew. He went to university, get qualified, but you know, as we call some of them today, university fanatics. When you go to university, you think you know more than anybody else. Sorry, my dear friends. If you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, or whatever profession you so choose, take you out of that channel and you're a dunce. You're a dunce. But take a Pandit. A Pandit has to know everything. He has to know how to stop the water by building the dam. He has to know how to cure a jhare. He knows